We are dealing with demonic forces that are incomprehensible to the vast majority of people in the world of One Piece. We're talking about some Baphomet, some old Saint Nick, some Beelzebub activity. This ain't good. This ain't good for nobody. Damn near everybody kind of sensed the ominous energy. St. J. Garcia Saturn comes out in a portal very similar to one that Brook came into when Kuma smacked him away from Shogun Archipelago. And here we are with this long-horned, spider-like Yuki freak, the same attack that Zoro used on, of course, T-Bone before they were going to go into Enies Lobby. The Yuki is real. The question is it actual pure demon time, or is it a mythical zone ability of some kind? Bro, oh, this chapter was good. Yo, I promise you, this chapter was lit, and you have to check out my reaction to this chapter. You want to go on the Cole Requiem channel, link in the box below, to this chapter reaction, the full stream, of course, on my twitch.tv channel, where we have a very long, of course, how can you not, a very long post-stream discussion on this chapter, because there's so much going on. Is Jay's form the most hyping of the chapter, or is it Luffy? Oh, Monkey D, Luffy, baby. I've been confident with this for a minute now, that when it came to the situation, just like Shanks and Black before him, Luffy, the Yonko, would come out on top somehow, some way. Now, to be fair, we're not done yet because, you know, Jay's here, and... But after Luffy gave Kizaru the White Star gun, you see the hockey, you see the flame on the forearm. There's a lot of power. After a Tasmanian Devil, spin, and the crazy star, I don't know what these are exactly, but I guess they're just manifesting when he hits Kizaru. Can Luffy just grab one of those stars and throw it? Luffy can do so many nutty things. It's scary, and I'm happy to see him perform an attack like this on Kizaru, because it was the first blow. Kizaru in previous chapters did that sort of long distance, long range, acceleration potentially beyond speed of light kick on Luffy when he's a snake man. Luffy goes through the Labostratum, takes damage from that, has to run through it again, then throws Kizaru, fights his clones, then later on that chapter last time, he eats a laser beam. Luffy's been taking damage from Kizaru and just because of the environment. But now, the very first shot Luffy gives Kizaru, as a Yonko supporter, wow. I need to calm down. I need to just bring it down a few pegs here, because this got me hyped. I ain't gonna lie to you. Especially when folks say, Ayo King. What? Look at chapter 1070 in the scans, when Rob Lucci passes out from the Dawn Rocket, where I'm losing consciousness. I can't hold on. And then in this chapter, Kizaru, this isn't good. And both ending with that ... exclamation mark. 2 exclamation marks and a ... Oh. I sound the goddamn... I sound like the Bloodborne cleric beast. Listen. We have to wait and see. Thank God that there is no break next week, because we're gonna find out soon enough. The things Oda are setting up now with the Gorosei coming out of this energy, so they are combative. Clearly, I mean, this man St. J. Garcia Saturn, he comes out like an Omega beam. He looks at one Marine, and this guy just dies. He just dies. So that was impressive. The form, I called it quickly. The form is kind of like the Gyuki form we see, or the Ushi Oni, where basically it's a demon in Japanese folklore that has a cow, a bovine head, spider, arachnid, lower body, but then it has these claws that come out of the legs. The form is very impressive in itself. What's also impressive, well, more so intriguing, is the circle that he comes out of. The scans have it as like a magical circle. This is interesting here because is it actually genuinely magic? One of the ideas people had was that these guys get their powers from Imu, and I do wonder if this still applies now, because even though we get his title card, when he says the line, "I almost can't remember the last time I came to the surface," we do not get a description of a Deathroot power. We don't. That line is also very intriguing. The last time I came to the surface, bud, dude, you were on a ship for like a week plus. What do you mean? What's going on there? Maybe it's, you know, he's touching grass. Okay, fair enough. For the first time, he's touched grass in the lower realm. But at the same time, come to the surface. It sounds odd. There is a concept we know about zone abilities where you can awaken them improperly. We see with the impelled down Jalebi's guard. And I do wonder if he's a different user. I wonder if he's improperly awoken. The Gyuki, the actual mythical Gyuki beast itself, is kind of speaking through Jay, saying it's been a long time. Or another idea was that Imu is like controlling Saint Jay Garcia's body. And when the time was right, Imu took control of Saint Jay Garcia's body, and then it teleported. Yo, there's options, man. The theories can just fly everywhere, and it's really cool. But is it like a magical circle? I don't think so for the time being. I did a video, it's a long video, like a 40-minute video, talking about various concepts about Film Red. And one thing that caught my attention, big time, was the stuff about the demons and how Top Musica came to be. That caught my attention. In that thumbnail, the text is Norse demon, because the idea was stemming from Top Musica existing because the fear and doubts of men were given form. And in that movie, they could actually summon Top Musica, which existed in another dimension. Vegapunk mentions the idea of alternate dimensions while Luffy is fighting against Rob Lucci. Recently, we also know that Zoro, when he was on the verge of death and actually died, after the King of Fire fight, he met death. And in the anime, particularly anime, we kind of see an underworld where Makoto Shishio was chilling. And Brook himself uses the winds of the Netherworld for his attacks. And then there's just so much. It's delicious, man. It's delicious. But of course, if you're a Gorosei fanboy, you're loving this. The stocks are high, damn near all-time high. There was a slight dip. There's a slight, I'm gonna say a slight dip when Jewelry Bonnie got that Bonnie is not a prima swordsman, all right, or swordswoman. As far as we know, Bonnie's not coating her sword with armored hockey hardening, or even like the Oden hockey. She basically is not a swordswoman like Kiku. Imagine Kaido falling 10K for his introduction, because in a sense you could argue this is Jay's real introduction. This is big time Jay. But imagine Kaido falls in front of Kid, Apu, Hawkins, and Killer, and then Hawkins stabs Kaido in the stomach. We see blood. Still Studley, still flexing, but that stab does feel a little bit silly. Maybe he's legit. Maybe not like legit, but he's legit. But nonetheless, if I'm a Gorosei fanboy, eating very good. You don't do an Omega Beam on some random dude, and then you're non-combatant. That's kind of crazy. But that being said, Luffy's nearby, and even though right now you have Frankie, you have Sanji, you have Atlas, they're there, maybe gonna try and stall him for, well, we'll have to wait and see. Luffy and Jay have an altercation I think is meant to be. Even though Luffy is gassed, because we saw on the rooftop he can kind of go into Gear 5. After, let's say, the first time he used against Kaido, the first Gear 5 awakening, maybe he can do it again, but keep in mind, it is very taxing on his body. Keep that in mind. And he could, once again, have to use Lifespan to do it. But I feel like it just has to happen now. He's so close to Jay, and he has the Studley form. He has the Hagoromo that's all black, like Lucci and Kaku. And honestly, right now, after that white, oh my God, the White Star Gun is so, that's gotta be either Luffy's, I think that's the attack he used against Kaido, but he finally named it, the one where he punched Kaido through the face, or it's a better version of that attack. So I'm not really too sure at this point in time. I'm really not. That attack is powerful as piss, undeniably. When Kizaru says that's not good, that's not good. There has to be a moment in this arc that's going to flabbergast, just stun the world at large. Maybe it's the reveal that Jay's a demon or some kind, but I still want Luffy to kind of give me that Shibondi, Charlos, like just a good old punch. That's what I kind of want to see. Which means that Kizaru and Luffy, I mean, Jay takes precedence over Kizaru. At some point, Luffy has to be invested with the Gorosei and the Holy Land, so Dragon and Luffy got their team up, of course with Sabo too, and they can create all sorts of havoc at the Holy Land and bring down the established order. At some point, gotta set it up. It could be now. So this chapter, out overall, the pace was pretty good. It focuses for the most part on like the stuff with Vegapunk. We find out more about the Vegatank. I think Nami, Usopp, and Chopper are with either Robin or Stussy. If that's Stussy, where's Robin? Oda. Where's Robin, dude? Damn, please don't neglect the best girl in One Piece. Please, Oda. We do get these cuts here and there, but they're kind of in conjunction with what's going on in the lower area. So Jinbei and Rob Lucci and Zoro, who are still fighting each other, and of course Luffy and Kizaru, because they all can kind of feel this ominous energy. They have Sanji just staring at them, like, what the hell's going on with this circle? The pacifists are finally stopping, and now they're following Jay's orders. And when Jay pulls up, I'm not too sure if he's, let's say, doing some black fire with the black lightning. Is it really black lightning for hockey, or is it something more demonic in nature? Even though I'm praying to every god that we don't have another ability that has black lightning effects in the story, honestly, if it is somewhat demonic related, then this could be similar to what we saw with Top Musica, where Top Musica, when it was formed in the film Red movie, there were also black sparks all around it. So it could be the same thing going on for St. J. Garcia Saturn. And I do wonder, those sort of symbols in the circle where Jay appears out of, I wonder if they're Norse runes like we see in film Red, or they're similar to the symbols we see around the pentagram that Brook lands on after he was smacked by Kuma, because some of those symbols also look very similar to poneglyph symbols. It could be hockey, but at the same time, if it is hockey and he got stabbed, like he was coated with hockey and he got stabbed by Julie Bonnie with a regular sword, not like the Samurai Jack sword that can cut through all evil. No, it's just a sword. People want to say, well, you know, he let her do it, but at the same time, he's surprised with the 3 exclamation marks. It's tricky. There's a lot going on for this chapter. Once again, pace was pretty damn good. When it comes to character stuff, we have some Vice Admiral love here, where we have the guy with the clam turned to an otter. He has an otter Zoan ability. Okay, that's fun. Though not as fun as Bluegrass and her adult power. Good lord. She has the ride fruit. So you know she had fun for damn sure in her younger years. Even now. Yo, listen, shouts to her. All right, let her do her thing. Let her cook. Let her enjoy as many rides as she possibly can. And Bonnie, please keep on cooking. Not just with those poses, but also because of the ability, the NDE. Yo, that right there is crazy stuff. You can't help but wonder, if she was awakened, would that be permanent? So could she permanently instant kill someone? That is a terrifying proposition. But Sanji with that save from the laser, once again, my boy sensing Julie Bonnie, that light got her. Oh, I love it. I absolutely do. Of course, I'm Sanji fanboy. For character, for him, arguably nothing new. What is, of course, definitely new, and the most important character component for this chapter is without a doubt Jay Garcia Saturn. Eased without a doubt. And then, of course, we give some love here for Luffy too, the White Star Gun. So that is likely the attack name for the internal organ stuff that we see Luffy do. But at the same time, we do see that fire on Luffy's arm. And that fire could, let's say, be a sign of the Gear 5 version of his Red series that we saw previously. Red Hawk, I think it's Red Hawk Gatling, and you see the fire stuff around his fist. Even though I thought there was something there with the Bajran gun, there was no fire there, at least in the anime. In the manga, it's hard to tell, honest to God. And even the Power Wars 4 video game, we see the film of attack, it has like a fire thing to it too. So it's weird. So when it comes to my fire theories about Luffy, I have backed off that for the time being. However, we can clearly see it with the White Star Gun. And I wonder if those flames are, let's say, white rather than the normal red and orange regular fire we see with the Red series stuff when he's not in Gear 5. So just how Sanji has Devil Egg and then he has Ifrit, Luffy would have red and you have White Star. That'd be kind of cool, honest to God. And by the way, when he does the OK sign laser beam, that was smooth. That Neo Matrix dodge, that... Bro, yo, Luffy nasty, man. Luffy, and we're just starting the final saga. Oh man, Luffy built different. I'm telling you, this kid's growth rate is going to go parabolic. And obviously, when it comes to story progression, this arc did make a nice leap when it came to the Jay Garcia Saturn stuff, and the pacifistas are now back on the Marine side of things. Keep in mind that in this arc, we still have the Blackbeard Pirates are somewhere nearby or on the island. You still have this Iron Titan coming Luffy's way, because it's gonna be an ally for sure. At least I'd argue for sure. And Caribou is still somewhere on the island. You probably think, right? Unless the Blackbeard Pirates picked him up and they already bounced. Who knows? But that being said, a lot going on. This chapter I thought was fantastic. Like an 8.59 out of 10. This was a fantastic chapter of One Piece without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, let me know your thoughts on this chapter. Of course, if you enjoyed my video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side. Yo, Luffy looking nasty. Yay. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye-bye.